Or okay, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Joffy's VIP room. I'm your host, Joffy, of course, and I have two awesome guests. I have Janet. She is back on here. She
Hey
was on the
guys.
auditions. Thank you, Janet. She is here.
Hi.
Thank you, Queen, for joining me. You got your pimp robe on.
Yep.
Thank you, Janet. And of course, we got David, Big Dave. What's up, and Ben? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you for my awesome panel for joining us. Before we get into this whole talk, we're going to talk about Shang-Chi, a Marvel film that came out, what was it, last week, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out last week. And we're going to get into the talk real quick, guys. But don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And, of course, share because, it's all free. I mean, take advantage of this free opportunity. That's how we do it.
Hells yeah.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this here movie real quick. So, I'm going to do this little real quick synopsis, of course, of the movie Shang-Chi. And then what I'll do is I will ask Janet first, because ladies first, because we're gentlemen here on Joffy's VIP room. So let's see. Overview. Let's go over this real quick. So Shang-Chi is a martial arts master named Shang-Chi, of course, confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. The release date was September 3rd of this year, 2021, of course. The director was Destin Daniel Cretton, and you have the music by Joel P. West. Right now, production company was Marvel Studios with a crazy whopping budget of 150 million. My gosh.
No way, really?
Yeah, it says right here 150 million was the budget.
Damn.
I know, right? And IMDb rates it 8 out of 10, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, I'll give my take on the movie, but like I said, first I want to start with ladies first. So, Janet's.
Hi guys.
What were your thoughts on the film?
Well, first of all, 100 and what'd you say, $50 million budget?
150 million budget. Yeah.
Man, they must have spent that all on that freaking CGI dragon.
I think so. Oh my god.
That's a huge budget. I mean, the movie in a whole, I think, was great. I do love how they were able to separate the locations as well as they did. Like, you could tell you were in the United States, and then you could tell you were in where were they again in Asia?
Lo.
Oh my god.
Lo.
No, Ta Lo is the imaginary place, but where they find the sister. Oh my god, I cannot believe.
I don't know why it looked like it was. Why did it look like it was Singapore for some odd reason? I don't know why.
It was in Asia. It was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot the name of the city. I had it. It starts with an M, I think.
It'll come back to you.
It'll come back to me.
It'll come back to you.
But I mean, I liked how they were able to separate you could tell you were in this imaginary place, and you can tell you were in the United States, and you can tell you were in, some Asian city. I forgot the name of it, but you could tell that you were in those locations. And I really enjoyed that they, made the settings differentiated like that very well. I also liked a lot. I loved the martial arts. Really loved all the fighting scenes and everything. So amazing. The fight scenes were great. Coincidentally, I think there were three stuntmen in that movie that you know, I'm either affiliated with or I know. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, they, you know, I mean, I quick glimpses of them.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey, I know that dude.
Like,
So
know
yeah, hey.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so that was really, really cool. So I want to give a shout out to Rising Star stunt team for the two guys on there, and Johnny Huang, who had like a quick cameo. So yeah, yay. So that was awesome. I loved that they didn't try to change Aquafina's character too much. Like they still kept her like goofy kind of, you know, what that vibe that she has. You know, they didn't try to make her, hey, look, there's my half naked son behind me.
I can edit that out if you want me to.
Right? No, it's cool. He's 12.
Gotcha.
He's like, I want to show off all my muscles to all the girls. Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, girl?
Like, ladies on Joffy's VIP room, I'm coming
that's
for
right.
you. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I like that they did keep her vibe and they didn't try to make her into like a badass martial artist or anything like that. Like they just kept her who she is, which is like an American Asian girl with no martial arts training who's just, you know, can drive a car really cool and is funny. So yeah, I like that. I had a hard time with Shang-Chi because at first when he was Sean and then there was that big bus scene, I was like, what? There's no character development. All of a sudden he's this badass mess. And then I was like, oh, okay, he's undercover. I get it. So I had like, I mean, I liked the movie and I didn't like the movie. I had mixed feelings about it. So it was just, you know, for me as a comic book nerd, I was kind of like, but in terms, you know, but in terms of a martial arts film for action and whatever, it was great. Like I really, you know, the effects were good. The fight scenes were awesome. I loved like the dragons and things like that, and like the secret land and the two end credit scenes. I don't know if I should spoil that. That was cool too.
Go ahead, spoil it. Spoiler alert for everybody.
Really?
We're doing spoilers.
Okay, cool. Well, spoiler alert.
Go ahead.
Well, so I loved how Shang-Chi, it looks like he might be joining the Doctor Strange universe. And I liked how they introduced Wong in there in the big, you know, Fight Club thing. I thought that was pretty funny. And then it looks like maybe the sister might be taking over the 10 Rings, you know, gang and that universe. So, I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I'm curious to see where that goes. I'm curious to see the powers behind the rings, which were actually bracelets, but, you know, 10 bracelets doesn't sound as cool as 10 rings.
I guess so. that when you think about it, like 10 bracelets, like rings.
No, just it doesn't quite work. 10 cups. No, that only works for Wonder Woman. So, yeah.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So cool. So David, what you thought about the film, man?
Oh, I love the movie from beginning to end. It started out with a lot of action. I love the bus fight scene. How it started out. I love the way the character developed. Kate was my favorite character. She was hilarious.
Aquafina. Right.
The way she made fun of his name. You went from Sean to Shane.
Like, where's your imagination? Yeah, that was great.
Right. I love Aquafina.
The movie was, I wasn't expecting a lot from it because I didn't know a lot about Shang-Chi either. But it pleasantly surprised me. It made up for that Black Widow.
Oh, I love Black Widow.
David is one of the he's one of the others that said he didn't really too much care for Black Widow.
I'm a real hard critic, to say I like the movie is saying a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because see, I really like Black Widow. I wasn't a big fan of Shang-Chi. Like I liked it for what it was, but I mean, I was like,
And I understand that. And I always tell people, like, you know, it's you know, if you're either gonna like it or you hate it, you know, it's your own personal opinion. You know, we all been in there before. I like the movie. and I didn't, like I was telling David, like I didn't know too much about him as well. I learned about him a couple of years ago. I think it was 2011 or 12. I can't remember exactly when, but when they had this whole little Spider-Man series called Spider Island for the comic books, not the cartoon, but the comic books. And they started doing different installments. They showed different characters and that you might have heard of, you might haven't. And that's when I found Shang-Chi. And I was like, oh, who was that? He's trans Spider-Man. And then they go off from that whole little thing. And that's how I come to know him. And then fast forward to now, I'm like, oh, they're making a movie about him. And so, of course, like me and other people who didn't know too much about the character, you do your research and everything and find out that he can whoop somebody's ass quick and everything. And I enjoyed it. I was kind of hoping that my girl, Colleen Wynn from Iron Fist. I was kind of hoping to see some of those characters from Iron Fist, like her and Misty Knight, and probably a couple other characters do like cameo appearances. I was waiting on that, not only because I got a crush on her, but because she can actually fight. And it was just some of those characters I was hoping to see. But I mean, I still love the movie for what it was. They wanted it to be him and introduce some other characters into the MCU. And I agree with you. I think they did spend all that money on that dragon. that dragon was massive, and the other creatures and everything.
Big lion thing.
Those lion things are cool. I really wish they used them more.
Yeah.
You know, they could have done so much with those lion things. And what the hell were those faceless furry wing things?
I don't know.
I mean, they were kind of cute, but I was at the same time kind of creepy. I was like, "Ooh, what the hell is that?" The wing, the wings were pretty.
Yeah,
but I was like, "Man, that's an ugly furry color." Like,
like I would not. I don't think I'll bring that home. I don't know.
I would not think that. I would not think of that as a pet. I would be like, "Oh my god, get this out of here."
Stay where you need to stay at. I'll treat you like the gremlins from no, you probably throw water on it. Something weird happened to it. No, stay over there.
Dave just said it would have. Oh, sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I said at first he thought it was imaginary. It was all in his head.
Yeah, that was funny. I loved how he tied that in. But Victor was saying that it would have been cool if they would have made that thing like maybe one of the baby lions, like a baby lion.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, or something that, you know, they could have done so much more with that furry thing, I think, too. But I mean, that's just me. I was just like, I want more. Give me more.
Yeah, that's how I left.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait.
I agree with that. I feel like this movie was what Dragon Ball Z could have been.
Oh yes, yes.
With the fighting, how they start off at the early beginning.
Oh yeah. It
was.
The fight scenes were great. I loved the fight scene between Shang-Chi's mom and dad at the very beginning. Like how fluid and slow, yet it was like normal pace, but it was just like, but you know, they're moving slow and you're just like, oh my God. It was so pretty and graceful. That was really cool. When I watched that, I was like, oh, that's that wushu shit that Kaiser keeps trying to make me do. Like,
oh my
sorry, man.
It's all good, Kaiser. We love you, man.
Kaiser, I love you, but you know I'm a Taekwondo girl.
Kaiser, let her stick with what she knows and what she loves.
Yeah, exactly. I kick and I punch. I'm not graceful and pretty.
Let her stay right here, Kaiser.
Yeah, it doesn't keep me in my box.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. So let's see what else. So it broke box office expectations for the Labor Day weekend as well. Yeah. Like it brought in I think it was over 71 million, I believe, or billion, something like that. 71 something. It's million or billion, one of them. They're up there. It's sold out. David can attest to that because he worked at the movie theater and but yeah, that don't mean y'all come up there and bother that man and try to get some tickets. No. Please. Don't bother us at our jobs, y'all. Because we're gonna tell you. No.
Please don't. Because I'm mean.
Well, you can bother me in my job because I'm a real estate agent. So
bother Janet.
Yeah. Let me find your house.
Go buy a house.
That was a shameless plug.
See, there you go. But no, hey, Talk to Janet about the real estate. Don't talk to David about the movie theaters. There you go. That's all.
Free
That's
movie
right.
tickets, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it broke box office. Yeah, they did, amazing. And which I was really impressed because, you just never know how great or how well the movie is going to be. Even the actor, Simu Liu, I'm probably butchering his name right now. He was just like, he just seemed like so grateful, so thankful for everything. I think he said that he was an accountant before he became a movie star. And yeah, so just never know when you get into
that's so
this.
Cool.
Yeah. He just seems so humble, so cool and laid back. So I think this is really gonna take him to new heights of his career, which and others as well. The guy who played his dad, Tony Leung, who played as the Mandarin, he's been in Hollywood for quite some time. And then, I think this is one of his bigger roles, of course. We all know who Awkwafina is. We know her and love her. Of course, other familiar faces with Michelle Yeoh, love her. Ben Kingsley, who oh my God, who played as Trevor. You can't just say his name like Trevor. You just got to Trevor because he's the Hollywood. He's supposed to be the fake Mandarin, who always does a great job. And then we love Benedict Wong, who played as Wong, which is kind of funny. Last name Benedict Wong. Last name is Wong. So yeah, everybody knocked it out of the park. Everybody did such a great job. So with those last two end credits, what do you guys think is going to take place? What's going to happen? Do you got any speculations or anything, or what you think is going to happen? I know we have so much going on with it.
Well, Savage Hulk.
What was that now?
Savage Hulk is back.
That is true. That is true. The average Hulk, average Bruce Banner.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, cross our fingers.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, you know what I was a little bit upset. I don't want to say upset about, because we all know that Shang-Chi takes place after the whole Endgame thing, because she does mention that, half the world or half the universe disappear with a snap of the finger.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Bruce Banner and the Hulk merge? Like, aren't they supposed to be like, the Bruce Hulk?
Yeah, they were Professor Hulk.
Yeah, Professor Hulk. Like, weren't they? Because I thought that they merged and like they were staying like halvesies.
Yeah, and I guess.
But I have a theory on that, because I went back and watched all the Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
If they had Savage Hulk in Endgame, they wouldn't have nobody be able to snap the finger. So they needed Professor. They needed him to be smart. But now they don't need him like that. They bring him back to Savage Hulk.
Yeah.
Even though I know bad about that, but
we'll see. We'll see how they play. Yeah, we'll see how they play that out. And then I'm curious to see how they play out the rings, because they talk about the rings being more powerful than the Infinity Stones. So
that is true.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how they play that one out too. Because they talk about it and they're like, yeah, we've never seen power like this before, or old power, something like that. Like, I can't remember exactly how they worded it, but I think they did play it out where the rings are supposed to be more powerful than the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I believe they said something like that. And so yeah, I'm intrigued to see what they do with that, where they go with that. Because like I said, I don't really know too much about his character. So I'm just like, okay, let's go. So
let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Yeah.
So
I think they might do it in Eternals.
Okay.
So whatever that blinking light was at the end,
I
think that's going to tie Eternals.
Yeah. You know what? I just thought of, like, what I was really, I don't want to say upset about, but like, and this is probably me just digging too deep, was like the sister. I'm like, how is she this badass ninja assassin when she had nobody to train with? Yeah. She learned everything on her own by watching everybody else, because the dad didn't want her to train. So she taught herself everything. And you and I know, James, that you cannot be that badass without somebody to train with.
Yeah, that is very true. You're gonna need some help. You gonna need some help.
Yeah, you need somebody. Yeah, you cannot have reflexes like that without actually training with somebody. Like I was like, no way.
Very true. I was like, man, this like she's that awesome already. Like, geez. Like,
yeah, she was. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's badass. I was like, oh yeah, she's so kick ass.
Yeah.
And with that rope dart, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like
so awesome. Yeah. Now I can see being able to train the rope dart on your own and being badass like that, because but like all her other like martial arts skills, I'm like, man, you need a person to train with to get that like to get that good.
Yes. No worries at all. Because I mean, I agree with you. Because I couldn't learn, other stuff like that. I mean, unless you're that awesome or amazing,
right?
So
without having somebody to practice with. I mean, yeah. But I mean, again, that's just me.
No, I agree with you. Nothing wrong with that. I do know that I think they said that was her very first role too. So, so
that's awesome.
So yeah. For her to have like that very first role, I'm like,
oh my god, congratulations, girl. And she did great. She was really good. I really loved her. Yeah, I thought she was so cool.
Yeah. And I love seeing that. And I'm pretty sure she'll get more work soon. Cross my fingers for her.
Yeah, she had a great look, like really unique look. You know what I mean? Like she was like really. She reminded me of like an anime assassin, like like sharp features, and and then like the really slanted eyes and stuff like that. Not these beautiful, soft, like Chinese or Asian features that a lot of people like associate us Asian girls with. She had the real sharp, like jaw, everything like that. I was just like, man, she is awesome.
That was a great pick, and I'm glad they picked her. I'm so happy
me
for
too.
Her. Sky's the limit for her. So I just need Hollywood or whoever else to see the greatness in everybody else.
Oh, for sure.
And because I just love that. I hate it when you see this one person that does like a really great job in the film, and you don't see them for a good while. And we know how it is in this business.
Yeah,
it can you can get that one big break, and then it takes like years or whatever. And finally, so I'm just hoping for blessings for her and everybody else in the cast for things to take off and keep going. So with that all being said, what was you guys' favorite fight scene from the film?
Jeez, so many good ones.
It was.
I think, I still think my favorite fight scene was the very beginning between the mom and the dad. With that was to me, that was just really pretty. It was really, like I said, it was a really beautiful fight scene, like just really pretty, almost like a dance.
It was.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. What about Dave? What about you, man?
My favorite was the bus ride scene. When he first showed that he knew kung fu.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That wasn't it. They sliced that bus in half.
Oh yeah. That one was a really cool fight scene, though. It really was. Had a lot of action, like there's this runaway bus with no brakes and people on it and ninjas and so much going on.
Everything.
Dude, I wonder, and it's crazy because like it's this one podcast I was on, and I was telling them about the stunt team group, and I was telling them that I learned a little bit of this and this from you guys, and I was telling them that they was like, hey man, they filmed that so fast. I'm like, fast, and then they was talking about the times and everything, and I was saying that it's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes. From the regular viewer, that fight scene probably took like 5 or 10 minutes, but in all honesty, that probably took days. Like all day. And
absolutely.
And I'm just curious on how long did it get them to film that bus scene, because it's so much going on. And
and then us being in the film industry, were able to, like, if you wanted to break it down, there were so many different angles and cuts and and things like that. It wasn't one continuous shot. So that bus scene took for fucking ever to film. Excuse my language, but
you're good. You're good.
like how many multiple takes and and cuts and like lens changes and handheld and over the shoulder and and whatever GoPros, whatever they use. Like I'm sure they use like whatever, but I mean it was a badass fight scene, but that one took forever to do.
I agree, and that's why I was like, dude, like it's just. I mean, of course, I know they use some type of CGI in some areas and everything, and then you have to move this bus to over here or whatever else they added with it. So
like I'm sure, it was probably a couple days shoot. Like I'm sure they did like the wide shots or the shots of the outer bus like flying down the street, and that whole gag, I'm sure they did all that on a separate day. And then shot everything inside the bus. I bet they did all that on a sound stage. Probably built out the inside of the bus and then did a few scenes like on the actual bus. Like I don't know. No, that's perfect. That's accurate. I believe so too, because like you said, like we've done this. Well, not like that. I mean, I don't know. Not to that caliber, but
we have a good idea and thought of like all that, and like you were saying, like with Victor, like like his hair has to be this sort of place, or you got to redo this real quick and make sure that thing wasn't there yet. So move it out the way.
Right. Absolutely. I remember the first time I filmed an action scene, it took us like all day, like I think it was 10 hours for 2 minutes of footage. And I was like, and so like this is my first time on doing an action scene, and I had no idea what was happening. Like first we're doing this, then we're doing that, and then they're telling me to go here, and then I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because it wasn't filmed in chronological order, right? And like me coming from a theater background, everything's in chronological order. So obviously it would make sense on stage. So when we were doing this, I had no idea what was happening. But then when I watched the film, or when I watched the video, although it was 2.5 minutes, I was like, oh, I get it now. This is awesome. And then ever since that day, I've never been able to watch a movie the same way.
Same here. Like I've learned so much with you guys, and because David is a theater background as well too. So it's like I learned I picked the brains of both you and him, and just learning about the lighting here and continually right there, and making sure this is right, that is right, and then throwing the punches right, and make sure you get a little bit tighter, but don't hit the person and everything. So
the angles and things like that. It was because I just got off the set of Z Dead End, where I played the lead, one of the lead actresses, and we did a whole big scene on a green screen, and so I'm supposed to be chopping zombies out of the sky. Well, there are no effing zombies. I'm chopping them with 2 swords, and I had 4 guns. So I'm like dropping weapons, pulling out weapons. I was like, and there's like no zombies, so you had to like fake the whole thing. It was cool, but it was hard at the same time, because it was just like you don't want to be doing the same thing over and over and over. But you're like, and like for me too, as a stage performer and as a like a showgirl, as a performer, I'm used to having like a mirror or some sort of like frame of reference, where I can at least see what my body is doing, and I couldn't with this. So who knows how I looked on flailing around like.
You probably look awesome, like you always do. You like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it the right way.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but here, this looks about right. Just pull out a gun.
Oh my gosh, Janet, thank you so much. That is awesome.
It was fun.
It sounded like it was. Oh my gosh.
It was really cool. It was a great it was an awesome studio. So it was Bill Diamond's studio. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Bill Diamond, but he's like a creature creator. Him and Jim Henson are like best buddies. He created Big Bird, the Gremlins, the Muppets for the Dark Crystal, the Muppets. He was the concept creator for Monsters Inc. Just like ton of stuff. The Labyrinth, like he's just amazing. And so, you know, I got to meet him, and then he created he created that entire set, the green screen and all the props for it. Oh my God, it was awesome. I took one of the bricks home, and he signed it for me, and I took one of the bricks, and then I was like, oh shit, if I have to go back and refilm, I'm gonna have to bring this brick back because it was literally one of the bricks in the background, like right behind me, behind my shoulder, like
that is funny.
So I was like, for continuity's sake, I might have to bring this brick back.
Oh my gosh, like we need you back. Hey, can you bring the brick that you
yeah. Can you bring that brick that you stole from set back?
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Well, can I have it back after we finish? Souvenir, you know?
Right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is hilarious. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you and everything.
Thank you.
Know.
Well, I'm happy for everybody. Like our group seems to be doing well. Everybody seems to be doing their own thing, and you know, making some strides and stuff like that. And so although we don't get to practice as much as we used to, I still try to get you guys gigs. I mean, you've seen I've been posting in our groups, and I always hit our guys up first before I blast it on Facebook. Yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
It's all good. Hey.
sorry, people, but my dudes get first dibs.
Hey, we y'all. Get in line. Y'all be all right. Y'all, it's more work for all of us. We'll all get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We will all get there. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Janet.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Shang-Chi. Let's see.
Oh yeah, the movie we were talking about.
No. You good. No, you good, because it all led up, because like we were just trying to, you know, we was like giving everybody their thoughts on like how like what all really goes into making these films, because they're like, that bus scene was cool. And because I know some people are always saying that with some of these fight scenes in these movies, like, I wish the fight was longer than it was. I'm like, you don't know exactly how long it takes to shoot this. So,
exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. And your body is, is so sore and tired, even though it's like, you know, whatever, we're not like sparring anybody for real, but we are doing a lot of hefty work. So
yeah, you really are.
Yeah, physical work. Yeah,
you really are.
Yep.
My fight. Well, what was one of my favorite fights from the film was when they were on the side of the building and they were like running through the bamboo and all that. I thought that was really cool to do that. I wish that the fight with Death Dealer was a little bit longer. Not going after I just said what I just said, but I just thought I want to see them fight one more time, because I thought they had like a really awesome fight together with, you know, they played off each other well, and they were two great dance partners. And I want this with fighting, and I want to see that a little bit more probably later on. But then he got spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry. Don't see the movie.
You know, I wanted to see some more like actual fights in the fight club arenas or whatever. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen like some of the other, you know, what was going on in some of the other cages that had the fights, because you just kind of pan past them and caught glimpses of what was happening. But it would have been cool to show, you know, like maybe 30 seconds of an actual fight going on in one of those rings, like what was happening. I thought that probably would have been kind of neat to see.
Yeah, I agree on that. That'll been cool to see.
Yeah.
I know you see.
You know,
so that was fighting when?
You know, in that
looks like him from the Incredible Hulk.
Abomination. You know what? I thought it wasn't. I thought it was. I forget that there are different variations of Abomination. I thought that was a different one that they created. But of course, you know, you look at the research, and then he does wind up having little gill-like ear things later on. He does become green. So yeah, that actually was Abomination. Yeah, that was him. So and I agree with you as well too, Janet. I wish they would have showed a little bit more of the other fights in that fighting arena. That would have been pretty cool to see.
That would have been dope. Yeah,
and that's why I was hoping for my cameo appearance with Colleen Wynn. But it's all right. It's all right.
There's a sequel. There will
be a
exactly.
Sequel. There will be. Yes, there will be a sequel. So the movie was great. I enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else has been enjoyed it. It's been #1 this past weekend, and I don't know what comes out this upcoming weekend.
No.
But,
I don't know.
There you go.
Wait, this weekend? What's this weekend?
This weekend is just
maybe it's the following weekend. I'm thinking like there's a new movie with that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote called The Duels or something like that.
I think
that's supposed to be yeah, that's supposed to be coming out this month. I'm kind of excited for that one because those two are incredible together as a writing crew. I mean, Good Will Hunting was friggin' so awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm excited to see what they have in store with this one. They did it with Scott Ridley, so it should be good.
Very, very true. I like both of them together. They're great with writing when they're coming together, like the two mega twins of writing their own films and everything.
Yeah, so, no kidding.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
With all that being said, so Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, PG-13 for all you people out there. What's the rating for it? That's the rating right there. PG-13. You can take your kids see it. Nothing crazy goes on. Nobody, doing the dance, no pants. That's my PG.
Yeah. There's no nudity or anything like that. It's a good family movie.
Right. Yeah. And it has a runtime of 2 hours and 12 minutes. So yeah.
So worth it.
So so worth it. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Before we get out of here, you guys don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also check out my other YouTube channel that I'm part of with two other guys I'm a part of with called the Just Acting Up Show, where we talk about things like this as well as what we talk about politics, sports, what goes on in the crazy city of Houston with everything else. Just Acting Up Show. And we also have guests that comes on and talk about, acting or music or what have you. And with that being said, that's going to do it. Janet, David, thank you guys again for joining us. Appreciate it. And you all are now free. Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone. Have a great night.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you.